What's up, Madden community? MT Squared back with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. We are now 4 days away from the early access to the game, 3 days for our friends traveling to New Zealand, and today we're going to talk about the Team Builders promo. It was confirmed in a message that EA sent out on their Madden Ultimate Team Twitter page on August 1st that we would be getting the Team Builder promo back this year, but we have not heard what those cards are yet. So I figured I'd go through each team and put together a predictions videos for you guys. The Team Builders cards are usually pretty good cards, especially at the start of the game, and they're a big help if you're running a theme team. The last few years, they have started out as 84 overalls, with some of them being pretty overpowered compared to a normal 84 overall. Like goal for this video is 25. Only takes 1 second to hit that like button. Much appreciated if you guys can do that. And it really does help this video and my channel get out to more viewers. And let me know in the comments who you guys want to see for your favorite team. All right, so starting with the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm going to go through these cards pretty quick. I got 32 teams. There is one offensive and one defensive player for each team in the past couple of years. So I did predict one offensive player and one defensive player. Some of them are exciting. Some of them are not too exciting, so I do apologize if you're a team that got an offensive lineman, but we will take a look at the Cardinals first. So I did choose AJ Green, who I think could be a really good card if he is a team builder. He's got some nice height to him. He usually gets decent speed. He could be a pretty good card if he does get that 84 overall card. Now, also, something that I want to point out for the Team Builders promo, remember, if a card is an 80 or higher, EA is not going to give them a Team Builders card at the start of the game. So we're looking at cards that are core golds likely to start the game off, or maybe even core silvers, depending on which direction EA wants to go. So I chose AJ Green for the offensive, and then Jalen Thompson for the Cardinals on defense. For the Atlanta Falcons, I chose Marcus Mariota, which that could be a really good card if EA does decide to give him a Team Builders card. I thought that was a pretty good option. And then Rashaan Evans, who did have a core elite last year in the game. I did choose him because I do not think that he will get a core elite in the game this year, but I do believe he'll get a Team Builders card for the Falcons on defense. Next up, we have the Baltimore Ravens. J.K. Dobbins had a core gold last year. That was my offensive prediction. And then Odafe Owe, who was a rookie last year. He was in the core rookie program. He had a couple nice upgrades last year with the, I think he had a Rising Stars card last year. And then he also got a Sugar Rush, like 96 overall. So I feel like he could get a good Team Builders card to start Madden 23 off. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills. I have Dion Dawkins, my first offensive lineman. Sorry, Bills fan. And then also, not a very sexy defensive player either. Matt Milano did have a core elite last year. Again, I don't think he's going to get a core elite this year. If he does, it'll probably be in the 80 to 81 range. I just didn't see anybody else on defense that I felt would be a good choice on defense, because most of the players, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, and Tre'Davious White. I mean, there's just so many cards that they are definitely getting core elites for, but I felt like Milano would be a good option to start. Next up for the Carolina Panthers, we have tight end Tommy Tremble, who that could also be a really good card. And then I chose Derek Brown as a defensive tackle for the Panthers. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears. Cody Whitehair on the offensive line, and Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson could be a pretty good card. He usually gets decent speed. Next up, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Hayden Hurst, tight end for the Bengals, and Eli Apple as their cornerback. There was no image for the core gold for some reason on MUT.gg. Next up, we have Cleveland Browns. So the Donovan Peoples-Jones never got an upgrade last year, and he had a pretty decent season. Like, he had some big games. Kind of surprising that he didn't get any upgrades throughout the year. But I feel like if he did get one, he's pretty fast. That could be one of those overpowered 84 overall Team Builder cards that we see if he happens to get one. And then Grant Delpit, a safety, has gotten decent cards in the past. So we'll see if he gets a Team Builder card. But Browns fans should be pretty excited if you happen to get these two cards. Next up, we have the Dallas Cowboys. We have Tyler Biadasz as their center that I'm predicting, and then Anthony Brown, who's their cornerback too. Not good enough to get a core elite, I feel like, but he could get that Team Builder card. Next up, we have the Denver Broncos. I have Dalton Reisner on the offensive line, and Josie Jewell, their middle linebacker. So again, another team that not very sexy picks, but they got too many good cards throughout the rest of their positions. I just didn't see anybody else that fit the mold for a Team Builder type of card. Detroit Lions, we got next DJ Chark Jr. For wide receiver, and Charles Harris on the defense I chose. Green Bay Packers, we got Royce Newman and Dean Lowry. So another kind of, unexciting cards, but I feel like would be good choices for their team builder cards. Houston Texans, we have newly acquired Marlon Mack, who could be a good addition to the Texans for running back, and then Christian Kirksey. I feel like every year Christian Kirksey gets some sort of team builder card. He hasn't gotten an 84 overall to start, and that was one of the criteria I chose. They could not have gotten an 84 overall team builder card last year. There are a couple 88s and 93s from last year mixed in here. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts, Mo Alley-Cox. That could be a really good card as a tight end if he gets a team builder card. And then Rodney McLeod in the secondary for the Colts. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, Marvin Jones Jr., wide receiver, and safety Rashawn Jenkins. Next up, Kansas City Chiefs, Marquez Valdes-Scantling. So this was another one I wasn't quite sure who I wanted to go with, either him or Mecole Hardman, but I felt like Valdes-Scantling just is a little bit bigger of a name. They just spent a lot of money on him coming over from the Packers, so I feel like he would be a really good, fast wide receiver if the EA decided to go with him. And then we have Juan Thornhill, safety for the Chiefs, as my other team builder card. Next up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. Unexciting about Alex Leatherhead, but Trevon Moehrig, if he gets a team builder card, that card is going to be really good. He started out with like 90 speed on his rookie premier card last year, his 86 overall. So it'd be definitely interesting to see what that card looks like. I think Raiders fans would be pretty excited if Trevon Moehrig gets that team builder card. Los Angeles Chargers. Next up, we have Matt Filer on the offensive line and Jerry Tillery on the defensive line for the Chargers. The Chargers just have too many good cards in every other position to start. So I feel like if there's a team that shouldn't get an exciting card, it probably should be the Chargers. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Rams, Cam Akers. That card could be really good. I think he actually had a team builder card in his rookie season 2 years ago. And if it was a team builder card, whatever it was pretty popular at the time because of his speed. He had good like change of direction type of moves. So if he does get a card, that could be really good. And then Taylor Rapp would also be a really exciting card. He's always super fast. All of his cards, no matter what the overall is. So if he had an 84 overall team builders card, he'd probably have like 88 or 87 or 88 speed, probably in a game like MUT 23 where they dialed back the speed. But the Rams fans should be pretty excited if those two cards get team builder cards. And then we got my Miami Dolphins. I went with Tua Tagovailoa. He's definitely not going to get a core elite, but if he did get a team builder card, that card could be pretty good. And then my guy, Javon Holland, definitely my favorite player on the Dolphins. Really good safety, not quite good enough to get a core elite. He may get an 80 or 81, but he was a rookie last year. He did do really well. He didn't go off the charts crazy with stats. I think he only had like 2 interceptions for the season, but he was a starter for most of the second half of the season. Definitely going to be a starter this year, and he would be a really good card if they decided to give him a team builder card. Minnesota Vikings, we got up next. Irv Smith Jr., tight end, and Patrick Peterson making a comeback, in my opinion, as a cornerback for the Vikings. I feel like he's been playing in the NFL for a long time. I feel like he deserves a good card to start the game off with, but unfortunately, he's not good enough to get a core elite, in my opinion. He should get a team builder card, I think, though. Next up, we got the New England Patriots. Now, the Bama boy, Mac Jones, at quarterback, and then we got Christian Barmore, defensive tackle for the Patriots. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints, Taysom Hill as a tight end in the game. I think he would be a really cool option as a team builder, something that I think Saints fans would be pretty excited about. And then David Onyemata on the defensive line for the Saints. Next up, we have the New York Giants. I chose Kadarius Toney for wide receiver. He would be a pretty good card. And then Adoree Jackson, cornerback for the Giants. Next up, we got the New York Jets. Michael Carter was a rookie last year. I feel like he would be a pretty good option to start the team builder promo. And then Marcel Harris. He got an outside linebacker card he played for the 49ers last year. I think it was the stocking stuffer promo. That card was super fast. So if they do decide to give him a team builder card, it'll be interesting to see what that card looks like. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Landon Dickerson on the offensive line and TJ Edwards, a linebacker. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers, another couple exciting ones. Pat Freiermuth had a really good season as a rookie tight end for the Steelers. He would be a fun card. And then Cameron Sutton, cornerback for the Steelers. San Francisco 49ers, new addition Willie Snead at wide receiver and Charvarius Ward at cornerback. Next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks, Rashad Penny as their running back. I feel like he would be a good option. Then Justin Coleman at cornerback. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, again, probably not too exciting, but they have a lot of high overall rated cards. Donovan Smith on the offensive line, and then William Golston on the defensive line. Tennessee Titans, Austin Hooper, new addition as a tight end, and Zach Cunningham, another new addition to the team as their middle linebacker. I feel like these two would be good additions to their team. And then lastly, we have the Washington Commanders. I chose Curtis Samuel as their wide receiver and Cameron Curl. That Cameron Curl card could be pretty good if they decide to give him a team builder card. He's their safety. So let me know what you guys think about my predictions and who you want to see on your favorite team. Personally, I would love it if Javon Holland got a team builder's card to start the game. I actually probably would prefer if we got like an offensive lineman instead of Tua. I'd rather wait for Tua to get an upgrade later on because as an 84, a quarterback is not going to get the abilities like set feet lead or pass lead elite at that overall level, I don't think. So I'd rather wait for him to get an ability, or not, I'm sorry, an upgrade later on in the game. But that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, drop a like on the down below. The like goal for this video is 25. Only takes a second. Would greatly appreciate it. And be on the lookout for my theme team videos once the MUT database drops any day now. And thank you for watching this video.